So we can kick things off now. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and friends, good morning to you all. I'm delighted to welcome you to SCION Day 2023, Elevating Internet Security. My name is Olivia Kinghorst, and I'm going to be your MC, guiding you throughout today's session and content. We have people joining us both online and in person today, so to make this experience as smooth as possible, just let me quickly outline a few brief house rules. The first one, very simple, just make sure to mute or silence your phone. We always don't want to be that person having that phone ringing. The second house rule is for the online viewing experience and the questions, we want to make this as interactive as possible. So after each keynote, there will be Q&A. For those joining online, you're actually watching from the website, so it's very simple. There's a tab at the top with Q&A. You can submit your questions or your comments anytime. And for those who are in the audience, you received a program. You can scan the code. Go to scion.org/live. And yes, you can submit your questions, but also, if you look around you, everyone actually has their own individual microphone next to their seat. So if you're going to be one of the brave ones, just pick up the microphone, raise your hand, and you can just click it once and ask your question. Third house rule is social media guidelines. Please remember to share your experiences, your thoughts from today on LinkedIn. We have a few hashtags that you can use. And then the final one is, of course, in case of any emergency, we'll of course give you instructions and just to stay calm. So that's it for the house rules. It's now time to dive into the program itself. Can I ask everyone to just quickly pick up their phone, log in, scan the QR code on the program, or go to scion.org/live. This might take a few moments. Just enter your name, your email, and I think you need to just add in a verification code. Give you a few moments there. And once you've entered on the site, you can see the live stream, and there's also a tab at the top where it says polls. So the first poll question is, on a scale of 1 to 5, what is your energy level today? So we'll give you a few moments there. 1 being, okay, I really need more sleep and coffee. 5 being, I'm ready to start the day. Okay, we have, okay, people are feeling energetic, but there are some people being honest. We've got some 1s coming. Let's see. This is real time. Okay. Well, I think this is a good sign. So, using this energy that we've got now, why don't we kickstart with the first session? And I'd like to bring on our very first speaker, which is Professor Dr. Lothar Thiele, Chairman of the Board of Directors at SCION Association. Remember to submit your questions or to keep your questions in mind and ask them after the keynote. Come on up.
Okay, thank you very much for the introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start with a short story that I would like to share with you. You know, in ancient Greece, there was a ship called the ship of Theseus, right? And this ship got rotten, the wood got rotten, and then it was decided to replace the wood and to repair the ship. But then more and more challenges came up, and the challenges was, of course, the sea got rougher, and there was lots of enemies in the sea, including some sea monsters, right? And therefore, one was decided to even enhance the ship more, to do an enforced hull of the ship, to mount more defense mechanisms. And unfortunately, the challenges grew and grew, and therefore, even more contraptions have to be installed, like enforcing the whole ship with metal and so forth. And unfortunately, as a result of this, the speed and maneuverability of the ship got diminished, right? And because of the amalgamation between the old and the new technology, it was more and more difficult to react to the challenges that are coming up, right? It was more difficult to install new defense mechanisms. The ship was had lots of malfunctions and was not able to adapt anymore to new challenges. Now let's do fast forward to the situation today, of course, analogies are always difficult, but also the main algorithms and concepts of the internet as we know it today are from more than 30 years ago and were installed at that time. And there's an undeniable call that we are looking for a replacement of the internet to reinvent the internet. And the reason is not only the growing number of attacks and the sophistication of attacks, it's also the reason that the internet and the communication is at the heart of our society in many aspects. Right? It's health data that need to be communicated. It's a financial system that is depending on a functional communication. It is communication between important government institutions, also in emergency situations. And last but not least, the whole energy system will be more and more distributed and will depend on a reliable communication. So with this, I would like now you to officially welcome to this SCION Day 2023. As you can see, my name is Lothar Thiele. I'm the chairman of the board of the SCION Association. And the SCION Association has been organizing the SCION Day together with our co-organizers ETH Zurich, Anna Paya, and Renius. And we are here today in order to, of course, discuss SCION. The SCION that was constructed in order to replace the internet, or better to say, to integrate well with the current internet, but also improve the performance, energy efficiency, reliability, and last but not least, the security of what we know today, including provable security properties. Now, if you look at the program today, I will mention a few things that we will discuss today. And we will look at SCION from various angles. I think the first one is from more research point of view, and we have speakers from most renowned universities working in this area, Magdeburg, Princeton, Illinois, and of course, last but not least, also ETH Zurich. We will have interesting combination of SCION with blockchain and Web3. We will have experience reports, challenges, but also success stories from various people and companies and groups employing SCION, like financial industry, Lipsy, SIX, Swiss National Bank, from health, the Health Info, HIN, from government institutions, like cyber defense, campus communication, and communication between federal administration. And last but not least, also, as I mentioned already, communication made for the electricity network of the future from the Association of Electricity Companies. But of course, we will have also, and it's also very important, from one of the Internet Hall inductees, the city of Ghent, and the pioneer of someone who has been constructing something that you are using, or many of us are using all day, Edu Rome, right? He will talk about ways to overcome barriers in change. Then, of course, also we are listening to service companies, because it's very important to understand that internet based on SCION is available everywhere. So communication companies, cloud, and also network providers. Finally, at the end, we will have a presentation from someone from politics, because it's also very important that SCION is actually supported by politics. And we will have a presentation by the National Councillor Gerhard Andre. He will talk about, he's an ambassador of SCION, and he will talk about his vision of global SCION. Now, but the most important thing, that you all get involved in lots of interesting discussions among yourself and somehow get into this vibrant community and a very interesting interesting technological and organizational discussions. And this now gives the way to actually the SCION Association. So I would like now to introduce to you Marcel Keller. He is the CEO of the SCION Association, and Nicola Rostignoli. He is the community manager, and they will talk about the SCION Association. And SCION Association not only organized this event, but is in the heart of the overall community. So this finishes my first few introductory statements, and I would like to wish you all a great SCION Day 2023, and I give the floor to Marcel Keller. Okay.